Oh man, speaking of Charlie Kirk, he's doing a tour on Educate, Don't Mandate. That's he's seemingly on a tour on the road like every day of his life.
Is this a tour to celebrate the moves that the Biden administration is probably making after all this to like loosen COVID stuff?
Yeah, well, now that they're appealing the Trump administration ruling, we'll never know if Charlie Kirk would have given Biden credit for letting this ruling stand. But here he is with Candace Owens, and they're on the Educate, Don't Mandate tour. There's a fire alarm that goes off, and Charlie Kirk tells a crowd of a bunch of people who he's responsible for to not evacuate the building.
Racist. If racism used to mean something, right? Now it just means that you disagree with me, I don't like you, and therefore you're a white supremacist. So they're borrowing a word from the past.
They're trying to stop the event by pulling a fire alarm. So
wow,
hopefully we can get that resolved.
That's a new one.
This is how you know
who's they.
Your ideas are a threat to the left because they have to resort to these kind of childish tactics.
Wow. Never seen that one before. We had Beyonce music once, though. I said we once had the Beyonce music, but we didn't have that.
Yeah, we've seen a lot. This is, I've heard about
Imagine
this.
Just smoke just starts
it goes to show the petulant narcissism. Maybe there is a fire, the chance of a fire being very low, by the way.
But
well, okay.
Pause it, right? Like,
yeah.
So they're on an anti-public health tour as they are downplaying the idea that a fire alarm could be indicating that there's a fire in the building when they are holding hundreds of people, it seems like, at some sort of forum, and they're responsible for them, but they see no responsibility for that audience. Like it kind of just, it pairs very nicely with what they're trying to talk about here.
That would have made me very concerned, the addition of well, maybe it might be a fire, but probably not. Like, it's one thing if there are like an active group of people like trying to infiltrate and disrupt the meeting, and you say that, but if you say, well, actually, I think it's probably just then it's like, well, Charlie, there are 400 people or something in this room right now. Like, maybe we should have someone check on that just to be sure that it was before we just like continue with Candace Owens saying how racism doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's maybe just be a little bit more sure that it's not, that it is not the woke left pulling the fire alarm just to prank you. You want to keep going?
I suppose we can play a little bit more.
Okay.
Attack. I've heard many times that they do this across the country. But
I've not heard
Candace,
that.
Let's proceed.
Yeah. So what was I just saying?
Just go through
We're
it.
talking about how the left is a group of petulant,
borrowing,
narcissistic children that have never grown up.
So borrowing words from the past, right? So they take a word that has a meaning and means something.
Supposed from the future.
We're going to say this word so that if you stand against it, then there's something wrong with you. Are they going to make us leave?
Prove there's a fire, and then we'll leave.
Standing ovation. Yeah, no, it's just a wonderful precedent.
Prove that the vaccines are 100% effective from me never, ever, ever, ever getting COVID, and then we won't take it, actually, still.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that they have new things to talk about, like how racism doesn't mean anything, and the left is children. Give me $40 to get in that room.